we're going to now explore Vermont.
We are looking for covered bridges.
There was a film called Beetlejuice, and in that film they had a covered bridge at the very beginning, but I've not seen one in real life. It's wooden.
It is. So they've got some nice bed and breakfasts and houses here.
This area isn't too hilly, so you could bike around it without that being too punishing. It's quite noisy, but there's just a little waterfall here. It's a really well kept area. We're at the Bennington Battle Monument. After the Declaration of Independence, the British did their level best to make sure that the colonies would fail. It took 13 years for them to solidify into what's now the United States. They were separate colonies and had different currencies and their own navies and things, so the British tried to divide them up, and this is the site of one of the battles where the British, fortunately for the United States, lost. It's the tallest structure in Vermont, and you can see 3 other states from it.
This is the town of Bennington flag.
I think we saw that.
It's the white here and the white there.
Oh, and you got a "Don't Tread on Me." I love that. That's called. I think that's called the Gadsden flag, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That is the best flag in the world.
Yes.
How old is the monument?
Started to be built in 1887 and finished in 1891.
Oh. So sadly, the stairs are shut, so we're going to have to take the elevator. I got myself a hat.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Oh, good, good. Yes, just having a look around, and oh, you have reenactments as well. Is that a reenactment? Oh no, that's actually a picture of.
We have reenactments, lots of demonstrations.
You ever have the British winning? Do you ever do that?
No, unfortunately. We are going up just under 200 feet to the observation windows.
We're on the observation deck. Over there is Massachusetts, New York. We've even got 4G up here, which isn't anything to do with the Revolutionary War, but I think that we're in line of sight to a mast. It's a long way down. This is the grave of the poet Robert Lee Frost. People have left pennies on it. And this is the first Protestant church in Vermont. Blueberries grow in this state, and what was the other thing?
You get strawberries earlier, that's like a June plant. From your point of view, this was the Puritans.
Oh, it looks very white and pure.
Yeah.
I've never seen these. So
These are called box pews, and aside from financing the church, it was a way to keep people warm.
Does it not mean that the people sitting here wouldn't be facing the front?
Usually there weren't so many people that they all had to sit ranging around.
Apparently this is called a Saxon rod, and it was to either poke or tickle the sleeping members of the congregation. The service would last 3 to 4 hours, so occasionally someone would just doze off, and this woke them up. I think we met some real-life Puritans. They seem much more chilled out than I thought they were.
Botanical.
No, they weren't like the Puritans on in Blackadder 2. But yeah, that was good. There's a crow hanging out with some scarecrows. Okay, we're going into Manchester. There's Manchester Centre, Manchester Town, and then Manchester. I'm not expecting it to be like the Manchester in England, which we visited a few months ago. Industrial northern town that's a bit of a party town. It looks quite nice.
They have a small forest in the town.
They also have a tiny school. Even in larger places, they don't seem to have quite gone for the sort of huge schools you get in England.
They have a roundabout.
The McDonald's colours were muted. They were sort of greyish pink. I'm not sure if McDonald's would choose that because they like their garish red sign. So I think this might be one of those places that make things adhere to the local aesthetic.
This is a skiing lodge in the summer.
Now we're in a little place called Peru. It's quite expensive around here. I think it's because this is a tourist destination. We saw something saying emergency scene ahead. I can't see what's happened there. Every place we go here has a congregational church, and most places have a tourist shop selling you maple syrup. There's a Chester town and a Chester. We've seen this all over the place. Is this anywhere else in this country where you'll get the name and there'll be a town and a centre and a few other things called that? I've seen that with streets where you'll get, you know, in England we were on Buckingham Place and there was a Buckingham Road and a Buckingham Avenue, but I haven't seen it with towns. Please write in. We slightly missed it. We just did 5,000 miles.
Chris, what did you think about Vermont?
I like Vermont. We've only spent a day here, but we've gone around a few places and talked to people. It's clean. The people we met are very nice. There's more flowering plants. I'm not quite sure how the place works. We couldn't see any obvious industry. A few people have told us that there's no work here. Winter's very harsh. Our Verizon signal has been patchy at best. Those are quite serious downsides. But this is a good start to exploring New England.
I agree that the 3G and the 4G has been really sketchy. But I think Vermont itself is actually very beautiful. The people have been uniformly friendly, and we've talked to probably a couple dozen people in just a day. Even if we don't live here, I think we'll definitely come back to visit again properly and see more of it.
It has cider as well.
Yes.
We're approaching the border between Vermont and New Hampshire.